Hey everybody, it's your girl Nell and welcome to another episode of Simply Nell's Tiny Studio. It is Thursday and I am in the Tiny Studio. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great, fantastic Thursday. I am in the Tiny Studio. I am drinking some hyssop tea today out of my favorite cup. Listen, and I cannot believe a year has passed. I bought this cup February of last year, of 2024, when Walmart had their whole Valentine's Day thing going on. That's when I bought this cup. Isn't that something? A whole year has passed. And of course, I don't shop at Walmart anymore. However, I'll be checking out Target because Target has decided to keep their DEI programs. And I'm going to support them. So in the meantime, I am hanging out in the Tiny Studio. And I just lit some myrrh, an incense cone. So I'm going to put that to the side. And I'm having a pretty good Thursday afternoon. I'm busy working on my research paper. I think I told you that. It's due in February, but child, it's about 15 pages. And I really, I'm a mature graduate student. I'm studying psychotherapy, and one day I would like to open my own practice. However, as a mature student, I face a lot of challenges, and if you want to walk with me through that journey, and as I really get into that, join me as a member of Simply Nell's Tiny Studio, where I really get into the challenges and the things that I face as a mature graduate student, as a doctorate student. And it's rewarding, but there's some things that go along with it. So you have to join me over in the membership section of Simply Nell's Tiny Studio, and we can talk about that. However, I'm in the Tiny Studio today, drinking on some tea, and I'm getting ready to crochet as I chat it up with you. I really don't have a lot of time to crochet anymore. After the holiday season, I had a few orders, and so I worked on that. But where is my hook? But nowadays, I'm trying to get the crochet in where it fit in, and sometimes it fits in at night. Sometimes it fits in at night because I'm up studying at night. So, sometimes I'm in the bed reading with, have a bed full of textbooks and other books, auxiliary reading. And so I really don't crochet in the bed anymore at night like I used to, but I keep my crochet project bag on the side of my bed so that I can crochet if necessary, or if I feel up to it. But 9 times out of 10, I'm just, crocheting on the weekend. I try to reserve Saturday through Sunday for days that I crochet. But anyhow, since I'm in the Tiny Studio with you on a Thursday, I feel that I can just get a little crochet in. And what I'm looking for is my crochet hook. I can't find my crochet hook that goes to this project. And I thought I put it away, but it seems to me as if I did not. It's a size 5mm hook, and it is a clover hook, and I can't seem to find it. It must be in the living room somewhere, because I don't see it. So that means that I am going to have to use another hook. And let me see if I have another size 5 hook. I think this is a size 5. Let's see. This is an old boy hook. Let's see. Hopefully. Unfortunately for the boy hook, the size has worn off. And I don't think this is a size 5 hook anyway. I think that's a 4.5 hook. Let's see. This is a 4.5 as well. I think I'm going to have to look at my furls hooks and see if I have size 5 hook. I think this is it. This is a furls wooden hook. I think I'm going to have to use that until I can find my other hook, my clover hook. And I really love using the clover hook because it fits so well in the palm of my hand, and I don't have to worry so much about pain, because as we know, Nell doesn't like dealing with tennis elbow, or tendonitis is what it's called. I can't stand it. It's very, very painful. So how are you doing? I hope that you're having a great Thursday. I am having a good Thursday so far. I am working on an old crochet blanket. I have like so many different projects that I stop and start, and I'm trying to, one of the things that I do is that the beginning of a new year, I try to work on and complete projects that I have not completed. So if you are a returning Tiny Studio fan, then you know that this is around about the time that I pull out projects that I have not completed, and I work on them to completion. So this is one of the projects. It is a granny square blanket. As you see, it's very colorful. And I intend to finish this blanket. Hopefully I'll be finished by next month. Hey, hubby. Hello. All right, then. So let me get started, and let me chat with you and see how you are doing. I hope that you're having, did I already say that? I hope that you're having it. Losing my hook, it's probably somewhere in the living room, in the between the couch pillows. That's where this hook, the hook that goes to this project probably is. But in the meantime, I can use this froze hook. It's just as good. It costs enough. But anyhow, I was just hanging out, just doing what I do on social media. And social media has become a really interesting landscape within these last few months, since 45, now 47, 34-time convicted felon Donald Trump has entered office. And even before he actually took the oath of office, of which he did not, I repeat, did not put his hands on that stack of Bibles that Melania was holding, which I guess we should all, usher a sigh of relief about. But ever since the landscape has really changed on social media since he won the election. And as we already know, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and TikTok, they've all capitulated to, whatever it is that Trump wanted. And so social media is not the same as it was when I first joined. I joined social media, and I'm just going to say this. I've been around social media since, the 90s. When there used to be chat rooms and stuff like that. That's how long I've been on social media. And I believe I came on to all the other platforms. I'm trying to think, what was the name of that one social platform everybody was on once upon a time before Facebook? Space, what was it called? Space something. Oh man, it was on the tip of my tongue. Gee, do you remember what it was?
Talking about the one that said you got mail?
No, I'm talking about the one where it was
chat room.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one after that. Before you had Facebook, you had another one. It was called MySpace. Yeah, MySpace. I was on MySpace. I really like MySpace too. And yeah, I like MySpace. And then, you had Facebook, Instagram. And so I got on Facebook, I think, I want to say around 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. And my kids were still young, and I was on Facebook. Then I was on Instagram. And when I started my business, Blue Lotus Hill Designs, I really, that's what Instagram was for me, a place for me to showcase a lot of my designs. But social media has really, really changed. It's more, the terrain is very, very difficult, in the terms of what it's like to interact with other people, you know, especially people who go contrary or have belief systems that are different, you know, than mine. So it's become very, very difficult to even have, you know, civilized conversations with people because, you know, these days people are just off the chain. And speaking of off the chain, child, it's time that Black America really thinks twice about who we are rolling with, who we gonna rock with. And I'm trying to tell you, Snoop, he's gone. Nelly, he's out. And by proxy, so is Ashanti, unfortunately. And I was also thinking, I canceled Janet Jackson way back in the summer. Last summer. And I canceled Janet Jackson for the simple fact that she said in an interview that, you know, she asked this sarcastic question, right? And the question was, but Kamala isn't Black, right? Or Kamala isn't Black, is it? Kamala's not Black, isn't she? Or Kamala's not Black, or some crap that she said. I believe it was Kamala isn't Black, right? I think it was that. Something ridiculous. And I was like, come on, Janet. Really? Are we doing this now? And Janet's like, we sure is. Because she fired, or somebody close to her fired the manager that came out and said that Janet really didn't mean that. They got fired. All right. And Janet did not offer an apology, an explanation, or nothing. So she's over there in Vegas hanging out at her residency. And I really hope her white fans are helping her out up there. Because as far as I'm concerned, Janet is dead to me. Okay, because that statement was ridiculous. But you know, Janet, Jermaine Dupri, Ashanti, and Nelly, they all hang in the same circle. As a matter of fact, if you recall, right before it was announced that Ashanti was pregnant, Janet Jackson and Jermaine Dupri were hanging out with Nelly and Ashanti for, I believe it was Nelly's birthday. Okay, they were together. It was like a foursome date or something like that. So, you know, birds of a feather flock together. So when I heard about that Nelly stuff, and then when I saw Nelly's interview with Willie D, and I listened to him, and I was like, what he was saying sound really, really ignorant. That is when I was like, oh, it makes a lot of sense because he hangs out with Janet. And she was talking crap. You know, so it makes sense that they would hang out together. And, you know, like I said, I canceled Janet. I canceled Nelly. But I really wasn't rocking with Nelly like that anyway. Snoop, I forgave him for that faux pas he did, calling Gayle King, what was it, a nappy-headed bee? Remember that? Y'all remember that? When he called Gayle King that 5 years ago in relation to her interview. Who was she talking to, Gene? Was she talking to Cheryl Swoops? It was somebody that Gayle King was interviewing about Kobe Bryant. And there was a big to-do about it. You guys remember. And that's when Snoop came online and called Gayle a nappy-headed bitch. You remember that? I remember it. And you know, for a time, I wasn't with that. Even on social media, I got into a big to-do on my page about him calling her a nappy-headed bee. And I was just, you know, people were defending her. Black women were defending Snoop. You know, I defended Gayle. Black women were defending Snoop. Do y'all remember that mess? Because I was like, that was uncalled for and unnecessary. All right, you can say whatever you want to say about Gayle King and her journalistic style, whether or not she had the right to do what she did, ask the questions that she did, and we could debate that all day, every day, you know, from sun up to sundown. However, in response to that, you call another Black woman that, yeah, I was kind of done with Snoop with that. I really was. I was done with them then. And then, and here we go now. Here we go now. This fool is performed at the inauguration events for 45, now 47, 34-time convicted felon Donald J. Trump. See, it's a lot of people in the Black community that are really out for themselves. They're really out to get that check. You know, they really out for fame, fortune, and power. That's what they want. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay to go for your dreams. It's okay to try to run and seek out generational wealth for you and your progeny. But my thing is, don't do it at my expense. Don't step all over me and mine to get what you want, to obtain the so-called American dream, because that's what most of these black people are doing. Like the other day, you had Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy talking about, oh, well, you know, Nelly was right about what he said because Obama was yucking it up and laughing with Trump at President Carter's funeral last week. Charlemagne the God, Stephen A. Oh. What I didn't get to talk about on Tuesday's show was how Stephen A. was all over the internet Tuesday talking smack, talking mess about how Black America is canceling Snoop Dogg. You know what? Stephen A., I thought we canceled him a couple of weeks ago. He didn't get the memo. And you know why he didn't get the memo? Because Stephen A. is a loudmouth buffoon. That's why he didn't get the memo that we cancel him. We don't care what Stephen A. has to say anymore about anything as far as Black America is concerned. We're going to cancel him and Snoop. How about that, Stephen A.? Because what you, Charlemagne, and DJ Envy are talking about is absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's another thing about Black people in media or Black people in entertainment who decide that they're going to use their platform to prop up white supremacy, because that's really what this conversation is about, y'all. It's about our entertainers, our media moguls and representatives getting on their platforms, okay, getting on their platforms, propping up and uplifting white supremacy. And we have to beware of those type of things. We have to beware of people like that because, you know, and this is something that's gone on in the Black community for years. I don't believe there's any other race of people on this planet, okay, that deliberately sabotages each other in the manner that Black people do. Okay. And you know what? I see ridiculousness on the internet and I see people saying, yeah, you know, why we go cancel Snoop? You know, we need to have that same passion that we so-called have for canceling Chrisette Michelle. We need to have that passion for canceling Snoop. But I know some of y'all won't do that. I know some of y'all not gonna do that. I know y'all not going to have that same passion for canceling Nelly. Yeah, we kind of do. We do have the same passion for canceling Nelly and Snoop and now Stephen A. as we did for Chrisette Michelle. We have the same fervor. It's the same passion. Yes, they are done. But remember, only 78% of Black men and let's see, 92% of Black women actually voted for Kamala Harris. Okay, so you have how many? You have, let's see, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 99. You have maybe 8% of Black women voters who did not vote for Kamala. And then you have over 20-something% of Black male voters who did not vote for Kamala. So yes, when you think of those two groups of people, they're not canceling anybody. They're still rolling with Snoop. They're still rolling with Stephen A. They're still rolling with Charlemagne and DJ Envy. They still rolling with all those people. Okay. Then you have the 2 million Black people who decided to vote the couch. Okay. So they're going to still be rolling with who? Snoop, Nelly, DJ Envy, Stephen A., Janet, and all the other assortment people like Rick Ross, Soulja Boy, and all of them. So they'll still be rolling with these people, okay? Because, see, they are the very ones who are the ancestors and descendants of the people of the enslaved who did not see the necessity of freedom, Okay. You know, the ones that Malcolm X, Brother Malcolm, you know, El Hajj, Malik Shabazz, you remember those people that he talked about in, I think it was The Ballot or The Bullet. I can't remember which speech that was. I was listening to it the other day. I think I was listening to it on Martin Luther King Day. I want to say it was The Ballot or The Bullet or, and what I was talking about is, what he was talking about is that you have two types of black people. Okay. You have the house Negroes and you have the field Negroes. The field Negroes are militant and out here trying to do something. And the house Negroes are comfortable. They're comfortable with getting the scraps from the master's table or the master's table. They're comfortable with wearing the clothes and the jewelry that the master allows them to purchase and to put on their bodies. Okay. They bask in the glow of the sunshine of the master. So they're willing to do whatever it takes to remain in the masses, in his good spirits. They're willing to do anything they can to be a part of the master's crew. Okay. So if I, the field Negro, because you see my complexion of skin, see, I would be the field Negro. Okay. I would be out in the fields. I'd probably be having a whole bunch of babies. I'd probably be the person that be watching a whole bunch of babies. Okay, that would be me. So I would be the person that's saying or conspiring with Harriet Tubman and others about running away. Okay, I run into a character like Snoop Dogg, DJ Envy, or Charlamagne the God, or Stephen A. And I'm saying, hey, I think that we should hang out with Harriet and figure out a way to get off this plantation and get to freedom. And they would be the ones that would turn me in. They would be the ones to say, what? What? You want to leave this? You want to leave this paradise we have here and go to what? They would be the very ones to say, but we's doing fine. We's got food. We's got clothes. We's got a straw mat to lie on at night. We have all of these things. Why would you want to leave? See, when you see people like Snoop and Nelly and Janet and all these other people, Soulja Boy, anybody that's of note in the African American community, when you see any of them sitting back and saying, you know, that they support Trump, they support white supremacy, they try to gaslight you into thinking that, oh, hey, you know, what's wrong? What's wrong with propping up white supremacy, or try to feign ignorance as to they don't know that white supremacy is alive and well in this country. Okay. Or they want to sit back and say, well, you know, it's not as bad as you think it is. Whenever you see jokers like that coming around, please remember that in the black community, we have those. We have a group of people amongst us that are our enemies. They are the enemy within. And that's all that they're trying to do. They're trying to continue to support white supremacy for their own means, because they love the attention that they get. They love the money. They love the notoriety. Okay, like on Martin Luther King Day, Snoop gonna post something about in tribute to Dr. King. Now listen, and I think he did that to troll everyone, because even he is not that stupid or dumb to recognize that what he did over the last weekend was counterproductive towards what it was, or what Dr. King's mission was. Counterproductive. Okay, but even let's bring it up to modern times. Even during the civil rights movement, people, there were black people who were against it. There were black people, there were black churches who didn't want Dr. King and the Southern Christian leadership to have any type of rallies or meeting in their churches. Okay. There were black people who, you know, were like, well, I'm still going to ride the bus. There were black people who were, you know, I'm not marching, I'm not protesting. You know, no, I'm content with the way things are. You know, why should we change? Or change takes time. We shouldn't be doing this right now. You know, I'm happy with the little freedoms that I do have. It was people like that back then. Okay? It might have been your grandmother. I don't know. But everybody wasn't for Dr. King. Everybody didn't think that what Rosa Parks did was a great thing. Okay? Not everybody was for Malcolm X either. There were a whole lot of people, black people who were against the Black Panthers. Okay, let's just be honest about it. Let's just be honest. I mean, with my girl Ida B. Wells Barnett, y'all know Ida B. Wells. Guess what? Her own people didn't like her. She almost died in obscurity. All right? You wouldn't know who Ida B. Wells was today if her daughter hadn't found her diary and published it. Okay? Ida B. Wells was one of the founders of the NAACP. Okay? But she was pushed out because she was like, you guys, the way you guys are operating and doing things, it's too watered down. Ida B. Wells was too militant. She was too militant for these black organizations because these black organizations, let's be truthful again, some of these black organizations at the time were funded by white supremacists. Because when white supremacists infiltrate black organizations, they do so with the caveat that if I'm funding you, you're going to listen and do things the way I feel that they should be done. And Ida B. Wells wasn't down for that. So you always had black people who were counterproductive when it came to the mission of freedom, autonomy, independence for black people. Always. So Snoop, Nelly, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, Stephen A., Janet Jackson, all of them counterproductive towards the black cause, period. And it's okay to cancel them. Cancel them, okay? Oh, yeah, I like country grammar. It's getting hot in here. I love that song. That was my jam. Take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm going to take my clothes off. That was the jam. But I'm okay with saying that. And I'm okay with also saying that Nelly is ignorant. I am. I love Janet. That's my girl. That's my jam. I love all her stuff. Young love. What have you done for me lately? Love me some Janet. Okay? Love me. When I think of you. Love me some Janet. I can run down her catalog. I love it. But Janet is ignorant too. Ignorant. Let's just be honest. Snoop, ignorant. Stephen A, really ignorant. So go ahead. We already canceled you. You are out of Black America. We're not listening to you anymore. That's just how it is. And we as Black Americans, as Black America, we have to be able to rock with somebody and say, yeah, I love their music. Yeah, that's a bop. But we also have to be like, they ain't crap. And it's okay to say that. It's okay. because these people open themselves to that type of criticism. Don't feel guilty about it. Just know it. Just like R. Kelly. R. Kelly, I mean, he's ridiculous. He's in jail. He's in prison right now. But R. Kelly was so influential in R&B music that it's very hard to pick a song out to really, really enjoy and not think, oh, shoot, R. Kelly wrote that. I was listening to Aaliyah last weekend. Oh, my God. I mean, the age is nothing but a number. That was my album right there. I bought that. But am I uncomfortable listening to it? Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I probably would not listen to that song again for a very long time. Or one of my favorite groups, Changing Faces. Oh my God, R. Kelly produced them too. I love them. But I'm also cognizant of the fact that R. Kelly has something to do with that. So it can become very nuanced when it comes to people that we like, our Black celebrities in the community, but we have to be able to put them in their place. We have to be able to say, okay, yeah, what you do artistically is really fine and dandy. Hey, I like it, I rock with it, but you as an individual, as a person, you suck. You suck. And you are counterproductive to the community. And you need to be told this. Yeah, you sing and dance. You make a bop or two. You have great commentary from time to time. You are a sports whiz. But you're also ignorant. So that's my take for the day. I mean, what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about that? I mean, will you be putting Snoop and Nelly and, Stephen A. and Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy, will you be putting them on ice? I don't know. I will. I have. And I'm not ashamed to say it because I am never that loyal to anybody. So much so that I am never loyal to any celebrity, anybody. And that's anybody, period. I'm not so loyal to somebody that I reserve the right to criticize you. If I like you, I really, really like you, and I believe in you, I reserve the right to criticize you. I should have that right to criticize you if you mean anything to me. And that's how I feel. I think James Baldwin said that about America. He said that he loves America, but he reserves the right to be able to criticize America when America screws up. And we should be able to do that too. Stop venerating people who are not aligned with your purposes. That's the whole idea. If these people are aligning themselves with white supremacy, call it what it is. Don't make excuses for them. Call it out. Call it for what it is. And then move on. Let them deal with the fallout. I mean, it's not like Snoop pays my bills. I mean, I was the one that bought his album. Right? I was the one that bought Janet's music. I mean, it's not like they put food on my table. I might have put food on their table. How about that? That's just my 2 cents. Tell me what you think down in the comment section. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here in the tiny studio today. It is a rainy Thursday, and I am just through with Florida weather. I mean, Florida's weather is just atrocious. This has got to be the worst winter I've ever lived through here in Florida. And I've been here for 20 years. It'll be 20 years in August. And this is the worst winter. The worst winter. How's it raining outside? I thought the rainy season was over. All right then, so I am going to get off the line. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please think about doing so. Not only subscribe, but hit that thumbs up button. And please consider becoming a sustainable member of the channel. When you become a sustainable member, there are a lot of other perks and things that you are privy to here in the tiny studio, where I really get into my own personal life, and you'll hear or see conversations that I have with the hubby and different things that I'm doing around my home this beautiful winter. And we have to really think about getting our health together. I'm losing weight. My husband is a cancer survivor, so I'm doing things right now so that his body can be turned into a war machine so that he can fight any cancer that might think about cropping back up, so I can fight any cancer that might consider cropping up. You know, it's a lot of things as you get older, you become more mature, that you have to do to preserve your health, because the older that we get, or the more mature we become, the more susceptible to different chronic illnesses. So we have to prepare our bodies to be healthy and wealthy and wise in all those manners and ways. And we have to understand that if we do not do those things, then, you know, growing older, becoming older becomes more of a hazard than a joy. You know, so join me in my membership only section where I talk about health recipes, things for living a good, sustainable life, and, you know, all of those fun things that we like to do when it comes to my, you know, speaking about my weight loss journey, you know. And I'll be having some more dreadlock videos coming up in a few days, so probably sometime either Saturday or next week. So, you know, you got to be subscribed to the channel. You got to be subscribed to the channel so you can get in on the goodies, right? All right then. Well, I've been on the line too long, so I will talk to you guys later, and I'm still crocheting. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, y'all. Bye-bye.